What's going on, all you wild movie fans out there? Your two favorite critics are back tonight, and we are talking about the highly talked about and the Palme d'Or winner from the Cannes Film Festival this year. It's a movie that was written and directed by Sean Baker. If you remember Sean's previous works, he also directed The Florida Project and The Red Rocket with Simon Rex. And now he comes along, and this one is starring Mikey Madison. It's called Anora.
You go fuck yourself! I'm a
Me go fuck myself, me fuck myself, you go fuck yourself and your fucking mother, motherfucker!
That's right, Sean
Uh,
Baker, writer director, is back, and everybody's been talking about this movie. If you guys on the site Cinefellas saw this, reviewed it, had a great time with it. So I was interested to check this out. Not a huge fan of Sean Baker films. He did Tangerine, Florida Project, and then Red Rocket. So this is his fourth film, I believe. And yeah, I was a little worried about it because not being a fan of his other films, but I will say right from the get-go of the film, it's really in your face. It's loud, vibrant, a lot of cool colors, and they're really an introduction of Mikey Madison's character. There's like a stripper, sex worker,
mhm.
falls in with this guy, this Russian kid. He's loaded. They start off on this weird and crazy adventure.
Yeah, it has a lot of energy from the get-go. It really pulls you in. Their relationship, like you mentioned, yeah, she's like a call girl, stripper type, and her employer has her go mainly to the Russians because there's a lot of Russians that come in, and she can speak some Russian, so they see Ivan here, and he's the son of an oligarch from Russia, so he's loaded, like you mentioned. He's having a blast. He's having a great time, and he sees Anora, and they hit it off right away. She goes, they have the private dance and all that, and it leads to partying after hours, and just like this whole weekend of fun in Vegas. And when you're in Vegas and there's drinking involved and drugs, and there's also all the chapels around, it leads to them being like, "Do you want to get married?" And so, he proposes. They go down to the old chapel, and they get married, and everything's going great. You figure you're in, to see this young couple's relationship play out over time. But by the weekend's over, the parents find out, and they immediately want it annulled. They want the marriage canceled, and they want Ivan back in Russia, and they're going to send some thugs basically to go find him and to make sure that the marriage is annulled and Ivan gets back to Russia.
Which really kicks off this really dreaded this trip that they're on. They end up in Vegas, partying, drugs, all that, living there 3 years. I can really relate to this story. No, not really, but it was pretty cool, like how they go into Fremont Street, of course, in Vegas, and all the casinos, and they get married in the chapel, and they're just young and in love and having fun. And of course, it doesn't work out with his family, the Russian side that come after him, the henchmen or thugs, trying to kidnap the character here of Annie, Anora, or she likes to be called Annie, trying to kidnap her. So it's a lot of funny scenes with these Russian characters, these idiots, her just yelling at them and then fighting back and
Yeah.
forth. It really, really fun, hilarious scenes.
Yeah, this is very much a comedy. It gets funnier as the movie goes on, like you mentioned, once they kidnap Annie and Ivan takes off. That's what sets up this whole story. He takes off and they can't find him. So it's very much them trying to find out where he went. And Ivan is played by Mark Edelstein. I don't know how to say that perfectly, but yeah, this young kid here reminds me, a lot of the younger versions of ourselves, just having fun, playing a lot of video games, a lot of pot involved, drinking, and we both been to Vegas, and we know how that goes down. We both been on Fremont Street, and Sean Baker here really captures the energy and the fun and just the party atmosphere here. And that's really what brings you into this film. And then you have these two leads, and they're both really good in this. Mikey Madison really is terrific in this role. I had seen her before in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where she comes in as one of the Manson girls at the very end of that. But this one is very much her star turn here. this film propels her, and she's going to get a lot of work from here, playing Anora, Annie, and from Brooklyn. So there's a lot of that Brooklyn accent, like we were talking about. A lot of yelling, a lot of cussing. It's a very loud film.
It feels like, Sunday dinner at an Italian family's house in Brooklyn. You know how loud it'd be. "Yeah, go sit in the damn shut the fuck the whole time. And her and the
Yeah.
Russian guys, it was back and forth the whole movie. They should have a spin-off movie with just the three guys and her. I would
Yeah.
pay to watch that. Look, they're at the diner too, like eating food. They're just like fighting back and forth. A lot of
Yeah.
unintentional comedy in here, which what really sells the movie, I think. Mikey
Yeah.
Madison's incredible. I saw her in Scream. She played it, one of
That's
the
right.
killers in the last film. So that's where I've seen her before, and of course, Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
But this is her big movie. This is really going to set up the rest of her career. She's young. She's 25 years old. Got her whole career ahead of her. So she's going to be
Hmm.
getting some big films. And she was definitely the standout performance MVP of this film. With the other being, of course, her boyfriend in the movie. It's great too. But the Russian cast, the thugs here are all funny. But yeah, she was
Yeah.
incredible. Yeah, definitely award-winning performance. I'd be surprised if it won any awards coming up here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it won it can. It's going to get nominated, and I expect definitely some wins here. I also like the character of Tom, Anton Bitter. He's he's one of the kids there, and like you can tell, like he has a good heart, and like he has something for Annie. He doesn't want to hurt her, but they're like, tie her up. Like we gotta get her. And she just goes crazy on him. She slaps him around and stuff. And he grabs the phone cord and wraps her up. And he's trying to be nice, but at the same time he has to kind of like keep her under control. And she's just a loose cannon. And over the course of the film, those two have several moments too, which comes in at the end with how things end up too with those characters. So it's not just Annie and Ivan, but yeah, there's a lot of really great scenes in this. Like you mentioned, the whole diner scene. It's just a fun movie from start to finish. And with Sean Baker, his films, specifically from the Red Rocket, he doesn't shy away with sex. And Mikey Madison has to bear it all in this. She did like all, she does lap dances and they have sex scenes and like, it feels like something you'd see on Euphoria or, Shameless. It's that kind of like in your face, raw, realistic kind of movie. It's about a sex worker, obviously, so they can't shy away from that. And, Sean Baker doesn't shy away from it. He shows all that stuff. You get the sex scene in the car at the end, so there's a lot of realism to this. These characters feel real, and Mikey Madison, her character especially, just feels like a character from Brooklyn who doesn't take any shit, really cares for Ivan, and we won't spoil anything how things wind up, but it goes to some unexpected places here, and you learn more about Ivan's family, what they do, what their intentions are, and then you find out more about Ivan eventually, and if he really does love Annie or not.
Yeah, I thought there were some really great arcs in this movie. I have to say this is the first Sean Baker movie I've really enjoyed. Tangerine was pretty good, but other two not so much. But I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a great script, really great performances, shot beautifully. Cinematography was great. I love all the lights in this movie, the colors,
Hmm.
the rawness to it, the real, what it feels like to be that age, with all the music they're playing on this, and just made you feel like you're like 18-year-old, 19, 20-year-old kid going through life and having fun. Mikey Madison was incredible. Annie, probably the best, definitely the best performance in the movie. Really excited to see where her career goes. The supporting cast is phenomenal. Really had a great time with this movie. It was a bit long. It's a minor nitpick, maybe about 10, 20 minutes too long, but overall,
Yeah.
really great story and really fell into this world and really had fun time with it. So that being said, I'm going to give Sean Baker's Anora, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Mikey Madison hair pieces.
Yeah, this is definitely a movie you guys should check out. I can see why it won the Palme d'Or Cannes Award for sure. It's got a lot going for it. Supporting cast, all the actors, a lot of, unknowns for us that are we definitely can see going on to do big things. Mikey Madison here, this is definite star turn for her. Sean Baker, he improved upon the Red Rocket, and I know that got a lot of love, but this was even better for sure. And so I can see this getting nominated for a lot of different categories here. Like you mentioned, yeah, the cinematography, the way it was shot in New York, it had a lot going for it for sure. Felt very unique and had a lot of good music and, had a lot of good energy. We'll say that. It was good all around. So with that being said, I am going to give Anora, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 Anton Bitter hair pieces.
From all you wild kids out there, what did you like about Anora? What didn't you like about it? What's your favorite film of 2024? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to stay subscribe. Also, check out these wild uncles on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, cinefellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV and movie news and reviews.
That's right. And you're talking about the best films of 2024, and we're going to be talking about that on our next podcast. Hopefully, with all the rest of the fellas, each have our lists and, hopefully cover all the movies that each of us, got a chance to watch and enjoy. And, we want to hear from you guys too. Let us know your favorites and let us know what you thought about Anora. We love hearing from you guys. And please, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. We review, 3, 4 movies and TV shows a week. Every week, we've been consistent, going on years now. So here we go. 2025 is going to be even bigger. We've been, doing more every year. And 2025, we have our sights set to go even farther, review more. And we love hearing from you guys and appreciate all your support. So with that being said, we'll be back with an all new Cinefellas movie review. So until the next time, I'm Uncle Henry Hill.
I'm Uncle Logan Myers signing out to the next movie review for Cinefellas. Cheers!
Cheers.